Hi guys, so for my presentation, I will be talking about biological reality and how how the science aspects go hand in hand with the course. So for my topics of discussion, I'll be going over how important it is to remember that race doesn't exist on the genetic level, which I will explain further, and how race is about the biological markers such as skin color, hair texture, eyes, and so on. In addition, I wanted to go over my personal life experiences with race and biology to help support my presentation and to give you guys a better understanding of my topic. This topic can very easily relate to the course material because race is talked and learned about in a social or cultural way, but is rarely talked about in a natural way. Yes, we have the historical facts, but what about scientific facts? At this point, people could ask themselves these questions. Is race a biological concept? How genetically different are we? If you were to examine a strand of DNA, it wouldn't tell you that this person was Chinese. It's indistinguishable. Just as I had said previously, race doesn't exist on the genetic level because it's all about the biological markers. However, there is still confusion, which leads me to mention the media. The public seems to forget oftenly that there are a lot of mixed race families. Take, for example, there's a picture of a Chinese teenage girl who doesn't look fully Chinese, and she's posing with a much older white woman posted on social media. Turns out that they're mother and daughter. However, the father is full Chinese, but the media has never seen the teenager's dad before, so the media automatically thinks that she's adopted. Reasoning as to why this is relevant to my topic is because I think it relates well to the course because multiracial families deal with issues surrounding identity confusion, and we are able to learn the construct of race and human genetic variation. As far as academics, we learn that race is defined by discrete types, the belief that one member of a race was thought to share the same physical and social traits with other members of that race. Majority of the information that I grabbed from this slide is from outside source that is provided in the description below. A good question to ask at this point is, how genetically different are we? This leads me to talk a little bit about sickle cell anemia. Most who contract this disease are African American. However, this doesn't make this disease an African disease as a lot of people tend to believe. According to this article, sickle cell disease is at its highest frequency in West Africa in people of West African descent. But this trait isn't common in other regions of Africa where malaria isn't as prevalent. This is rather important to remember for everyone because this disease is often misunderstood as it being genetic for Africans. But the whole point being is to take race out of human genetics so that there isn't a misunderstanding. So I'd like to end this presentation by briefly adding my personal life on the topic. I come from two mixed race families and I've never actually been asked about what it was like to be a part of this when I was younger. There was never a conflict with my skin being darker than my cousins and no one in my family disapproved of me. I will admit that my mom's side of the family can be vaguely racist, but they always accepted despite the color of my skin. It even came to my attention that at a much younger age, my cousins never even recognized that I was colored. That doesn't come to say that I don't look Mexican at all because I really do look Mexican, but what they meant by that is that they didn't actually process the information because it didn't matter. The point overall is that my family doesn't choose to see the color, but rather they choose to see the beating heart underneath the skin, regardless of what color it may be. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.